Once upon a time, there lived a monkey on branches of an old mangrove tree. The tree was right where the land had stopped and the sea had begun. He liked living there. There were lots of other animals to talk to and play with, and most of them were much smaller than Monkey was, which he really liked because it made him feel safe and comfortable at home. The big hunters like the lion hardly ever ventured here because the ground was so soggy that their heavy paws would sink into the mud and they wouldn't be able to move fast enough to catch their prey. He loved talking to the fish, listening to their stories of life underwater. In fact, his best friend was Shamus, the shark. Monkey was always expecting a friend. The first thing he usually saw was the triangular tip of Shamus's fin sticking above the water. Monkey would jump up and down and wave and shout, "Over here, Shamus, I'm over here!" "Yo, Monkey, my man, how's life in the trees?" Toiling, my salty friend," Monkey would joke. Then they would fill each other in on all the news from among the mangrove trees and under the deep sea. But Shamus's favorite subject by far was food, and he was always curious to know what Monkey's favorite dish was. To be honest, Monkey didn't think that much of food. But he did remember once a long time ago, he did eat something rather special. That was when his cousin from Zanzibar had paid him a visit. He brought along a large bag stuffed to the rim with palm hearts. They'd been so delicious, so succulent, so chewy, so tangy, and so sweet, so utterly yummy. Then one day, not so long ago, Shamus turned up at the usual time. He seemed a little excited, as if he couldn't wait for their usual banter to pass so he could get down to business. "Hey, Monkey, my man," he burst out. "Guess what? You know those palm hearts you're always going on about? Yeah, well guess what? I just mentioned it to my wife, and you know what? She's got this friend who's a bit of a merchant in the fine food business. You know, he can get a hold of anything you like, just like that." Finally, Shark got to the point. "Well, she got some, and she's inviting you to dinner. Do you want to come?" Monkey was so surprised he didn't know what to say at first, and believe me, that doesn't happen very often with monkeys. "Well, Shamus, my salty mate, how are we gonna do that? Where do you live?" Shamus pointed his pointy nose towards the sea. "That's what I thought," said Monkey. "How am I gonna get there? I can't swim that far. You know, here in the mangrove, I can just about get by. But out there?" But Shamus had a plan. Monkey could sit on his back and Shamus would stay right on top of the water so Monkey wouldn't get wet. Monkey agreed to join the feast. He jumped from his branch right on his salty friend's back. "Monkey, even though my wife is preparing this feast for you, she herself is very sick." "Oh, really?" he managed to say. "I'm sorry, man. Anything I can do?" "Actually," said Shark, "there may be something you can do. You see, she went to see her doctor the other day, and he told her there was one thing that could improve her condition." Shark hesitated, then said, "Well, the doctor told her to get a hold of a monkey's heart and eat it raw." Monkey almost fell into the roaring sea. "We were wondering, you know, if we could give you the palm hearts, whether you'll give us your heart in exchange." "Sure, of course, man, no problem. At all." Shark smiled. "Monkey, I can't tell you how happy that makes me, man." "You know, Shark, my salty friend, there's only one thing though. I wish you'd mentioned this before we set off, because I left my heart at home in a very secret place in my tree." "You left it at home?" He grinned his crooked grin. "I see. What do we do now?" "We're not that far out, are we? We could race back. I'll jump into my tree, get the heart, and we can be back in 5 minutes." They got back to the mangrove in less than 5 minutes. Monkey swung until he was at the highest point in the highest tree. "Monkey, where are you? You promised your heart." Monkey couldn't help himself. All the tension left him and he started jumping up and down. "Oh, my friendly Shark, the only thing that saved me is that you are even more stupid than me.